Okay, so now we're going to do a different pose here. So let's say we want to do a figure that's going to be, let's say in this pose over here, like this. Right, his leg is going up here. And then let's say his hand is going over here in this direction. And the other arm is like this. And his head is coming here in this direction over here. Okay, so adjust the camera. So here, once we've got some of these lines here, what we basically just do is use that same method of drawing and just be emotional with it, right? So here, like his chest is turning, then it turns like this, where his abs are. So this is going to be pretty stylized as to how we put this figure down. So one thing here about when you're doing like the legs here, right? Just think about think of them in that 3D idea here. So when you, let's say, do the leg, just the guidance really is just the knee. If the knee is going to be here, then you know that the muscles are going to be like this, right? So if the knee is much more turned, you do everything by the knee. So if it's like turned in a different direction, you would do much more of that perspective, so you know where everything's supposed to be placed, right? So we can just put this here like this, and let's say since it's kind of stylized, his foot is just turning and twisting in that way, because we can do that, right? Don't need to really set rules here in stylized figures. So here you can just drop in the arm like this. Let's see, he's going to do some kind of a fist over here, like so. And his chest is going to be here, right? And then his neck. Then we'll do his head over here, like so. Okay, so now when we come over here to this other leg, we'll do, let's say, his foot is like this for now. Okay, and then his arm. So here I'm just drawing the arm from the other side here, so I know what to draw. Let's say his hand is going to be going in that direction over there. Okay, so the drawing is I've done the drawing pretty light over here, right? So meaning that we can now come back and fix all these things. So I won't erase anything right now so you can see, but we'll come back and erase it in a little bit. So here, let's first of all start putting in all these features here for the head. Let me make sure it's coming on camera over here. Okay. And let's actually give him some nose over here. This. Do him a little bit of cartoonish type, I guess. You can do that. That gives us the head over here. Right, so you can use this method to put down, let's say, heroic poses for if you're painting it or doing covers or just drawing fantasy art or whatever it is that you want to use this knowledge for. This is a very stylized figure. And then again, just like we did before, it's just like speaking sentences. What's next? It's the love handles, right? Then the navel, then all this good stuff over here. So let's do this leg here first. Here we have the knee, like this. I have these muscles here. This foot like that. So that's what I did for the foot. I did this kind of figure kind of big over here. Okay, so now that we have this over here, let's just give him a foot like this. Just like that. So just put those basic shapes down there. So since the I'll just erase this so we don't get confused here. So since this shoulder is here, obviously it's wrapping around. I mean, we don't have to be symmetrical, but you know, I mean, you can do it any way you want, really. Let's say his hand was over here. We saw a little bit of it over there, right? Now here we're just going to see the other side of it. Do it like this. It's coming from that side over there. Right. Okay, so now all we have to do is erase these lines and shade them in. Okay, so here we'll begin that shading process. So remember to think about these figures in their 3D form as to how these muscles look. It's not actually that difficult. Just think about the 3D shapes. Here we'll just darken this in like this. And the obliques over here. The love handles. Like that. Again, the light is just coming from this direction here. Okay. Shade them in this way. Here is just going to be dark. You can like put a line here to give that curve, more of a curve over there. This. of course this whole area here is just going to be dark underneath. Since we're doing a very stylized drawing here, you can experiment with ways of doing things here. So, okay, and over here, I'm just going to quickly shit this in over here. Then of course his hand is on the other side over here. So you can just keep going and now develop this into very realistic stuff here. Stuff that you can see on alienthink.com. Finished artwork that I've done, so you can see how realistic you can get to it. I think you get the idea here. And you can change the face around or whatever. Right, so this is kind of like this stylized figure, but here we were able to finish this figure pretty quickly. Right, and this all has to do with all this knowledge that you have from the structure of man and being able to draw these figures in these dynamic poses. Okay, and here's the cleaned up version of the dynamic pose.